Welcome back to a series of my movie reviews where I be talking about some of my favorite movies of all time. Recently, I reviewed The Dark Knight Rises and the Lego Movie. Today, we are going to be talking about a movie that has honestly made me view movies differently. Chinatown. Chinatown was released back in 1974 and stars Jack Nicholson, and this is honestly one of his best performances. And Jack Nicholson plays as a detective known as J.J. Gibbs, who is hired to expose on an adulterer and may have some suspicions of this woman that he's supposedly working with, and then finds himself in incidents of deceit, corruption, and murder. There are many things that can be said about Chinatown. Many people call this film one of the best movies ever made. It's known as a classic. It's a masterpiece without a doubt. And it's true, I actually do think this is one of the best films ever. And there are some people out there who will compare this film to like other films like the Godfather trilogy, which I honestly don't like to do. Because both of these movies are brilliant in their own ways. And most people even said if it wasn't for The Godfather, Chinatown probably would have had a much bigger popularity. And there's reason for that, because this is a film that has remained timeless, and it'll continue to inspire moviegoers because this movie is actually that good. The best thing about Chinatown by far is the performances. Jack Nicholson carries this entire film, and honestly, in my opinion, is one of the best on-screen detectives in cinema. There are so many things about Chinatown that absolutely gets you invested inside of the film. You feel like you're in this movie. You feel like you're in this movie with these characters that are experiencing drama, that are going through many mysteries. And it keeps you having so many questions inside of your head, and you want to know what's going on in every scene of this film. I'd have to say the score for Chinatown is some of the best music I have ever heard in film. Jerry Goldsmith's score is so perfect. It honestly fits perfectly with the 1930s stylish feel. And it's accurate because this film is supposed to take place back in the 30s, and the score absolutely delivers that feel. Even the opening to Chinatown absolutely feels like you're watching a film that was released that's older. Cuz this film was released back in 1974, but just by watching this film and listening to the score and the opening of the film, it makes you feel like you're watching an older film. And it's a fantastic experience. Faye Dunaway is really great in this movie. Perfect in this movie. And without spoiling this character, because I don't want to spoil anything, because I'm pretty sure there are maybe some of you viewers who haven't even seen or heard of Chinatown, because if you haven't, please check this movie out. It is a brilliant film and one of the best out there. But the character of Evelyn Mulwray had so many questions thrown at the audience. We didn't know whether to trust this character. We didn't know if she was part of the incident. And the fact that Detective Giddys found things that are suspicious about her, it absolutely delivers suspense and drama towards the audience. But Evelyn Mulwray is easily the second best thing in this entire film, aside from Jack Nicholson's performance. Some of the most interesting and amazing experiences about Chinatown is the perspective of J.J. Giddys. You can absolutely tell just by the performance that he wants answers. And you can tell he's trying to go step by step to find out what's the cause of all this corruption and deceit. And he's been like this ever since a murder. And let's talk about the moments where Giddys sets up a business meeting to oppose of the dam for the water systems. because those moments lead to many dramatic sequences. We see Mr. Giddy's supposedly spying on something or someone that may be trying to do something to the dam. And one of the most unforgettable scenes in the entire film. He encounters a couple of men who then notice that he's spying on them. And they literally cut half of his nose off. It's honestly a brutal scene. One of the most brutal scenes in any 70s movies, in my opinion. It absolutely has no music, no sound effects, and that's what makes it realistic. Just drama and mystery, so much mysterious stuff. And the events that unfold in the beginning of the movie tie in perfectly with what's to come. We see a woman who's supposedly supposed to be Evelyn Mulwray, and she hires Mr. Giddies to spy on the husband because he's supposedly having an affair. And then we get real suspicions when the real Mrs. Mulwray shows up and tells Detective Giddies to put down the case, to drop the case. And then from there, we immediately know that something is not right. Considering that the real Mrs. Mulwray threatens Mr. Giddies that she's going to sue him if he doesn't drop the case. And soon after he's hired to go spy on the husband who's supposedly having an affair, he takes photos and delivers them to confirm Mrs. Evelyn's suspicions. And soon after Giddies delivered the photos, he eventually meets Mr. Mulwray's real wife and gets intrigued and leads him further into the investigation. And then from there, as the film progresses, we then find out that the husband was murdered. And it delivers a great feeling of mystery and drama and suspense and crime throughout not just those sequences, but the entire runtime of the film. Now let's talk about the ending to Chinatown. The way the film ends leaves the audience feeling so devastated and almost depressed and scared, kind of. Without any spoilers, the ending to Chinatown makes this film such a rich and powerful experience. It makes the entire film come together. And this film as a whole is technically one of the golden movies of the 1970s. Chinatown is just a timeless masterpiece. There's really nothing more to say about this film. This film has stood the test of time and is one of the golden movies of the 1970s and is one of the best. Jack Nicholson's performance is phenomenal, and the story is phenomenal. The direction is phenomenal, and this is just a phenomenally well-made movie. And if you haven't seen this movie, please check this movie out now. Chinatown gets an A+. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Look forward to more reviews that'll be coming very soon, and more reviews I'll be doing for my favorite movies of all time, and maybe some movies that I'll be reviewing that I'll be releasing in 2019. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best. I love every single one of you. Look forward to more reviews that'll be coming very soon. And as always, I am Mario Fan 520, and I will see you next time. Peace out.